So for this lesson, we are going to start decluttering daily. And by daily, I mean every single day until you get familiar with the decluttering lifestyle. By no means does this mean daunting task. It doesn't mean to overwhelm yourself, stress yourself out. The way that we approach this is going to be easy, breezy, and it's going to set you up for a lifestyle that you so desire and deserve. We are hyper focused on doing small tasks because this prevents overwhelm. On your decluttering journey, I want you getting into that habit of just decluttering little things every single day. And then once the decluttering has become, familiar to you, you can stop the decluttering. I started my journey doing decluttering every single day until I got used to it. It took me about 30 days to really understand it. And then once I did that, I was more mindful every single week and then going monthly. So now I'm to the point where I only do like a declutter every couple of months, but I'm still mindful of what's going on in my home because that's what the daily decluttering does for us, okay? It's a proven fact that when we create massive projects, we become exhausted, burnt out far more quicker than ever finishing a project. So when you think of a big, huge project and taking all those clothes out of a closet to start from scratch, imagine how much you might have in there. I mean, you might have years and years and years worth of clothing that you've never tossed anything. And we're talking avoid this at all costs. I mean, this is not something that you should approach, especially if you have too much stuff. So the daily decluttering is about small tasks, which results in way more mindfulness. So when we do small things each day, we're going to be more mindful. We're going to be healthier. We're not going to stress out. We're not going to overwhelm. We're not going to think of, it being a daunting task. So we're not going to avoid it. When you do the big stressful projects, you become less energized. You start to sit there and think about, okay, what am I going to do with this? I pulled it all out. Now I'm exhausted. Maybe you might get a headache, a migraine, and you have to quit for the day. And then you procrastinate it until you might get that burst of energy again. We don't want any of that here, okay, ladies? We do not like stress. I am such a lazy, stress-free cleaner now that I've become so minimal. It is the most relaxing, genuine happiness that I've ever felt in my entire life. I don't do any more deep cleans. I don't scrub tubs. I don't even mop my floors half the time. I mean, it's something so simple that we're creating here. And when you do the decluttering little bits each day, I'm talking about you could just throw a pen away, one day. It doesn't have to be overwhelming at all. So don't think about, the daily, I have to daily declutter, no, don't think of it like that. This is really mainly for people who don't know how to declutter. So this really sets you up. So a lot of people don't know how to clean. A lot of people don't even know where to start on their decluttering journey. Okay. And this is where you start. You start by creating that little daily routine that's going to set you up for success. Okay. So your daily list, I want you can print this out, or I can make a checklist and I'll include it. Make this a daily habit. You're going to go into drawers each and every single day. Now, if you're already somebody who really pays attention to your drawers and your drawers are semi-organized, you could skip this. I mean, this isn't necessarily a list that you have to abide by. It's just something that's set up for example. This is what I used to do when I started my decluttering journey. I would open the drawers more often. And sometimes I wouldn't even take anything out. This is okay. You don't have to take anything out. You just need to be looking in these spaces, okay? So for the next 30 days, this is your goal and your homework. You have to look into these spaces each and every single day. You're going to open all of the drawers in the kitchen. You might open one and you'd be like, okay, this one looks good. Move on to the next one. Okay, I can see something that I might want to get rid of. Okay, I see this junk drawer is overwhelming. I don't want you to start taking everything out of the drawers. I just want you to get a fresh idea of what's in there. And then I want you to think about it. So you're really just setting yourself up just to look in these spaces every single day. You're going to look in the fridge. You might see some expired food that has been sitting in there for a week. Take those leftovers out. You can take things out, as you're doing this, but don't overwhelm yourselves, okay? Look in there, see what you can take out, and then remove it, and then move on. Empty your trash bins in the bathrooms and in the bedrooms and the office every single day. Now, my trash bins were not full every single day. Yours might be, and that's okay. Empty them. Take a little garbage recycled bag that you got from the grocery store. Take that into the bathroom, empty your garbage, or you can transfer those garbage bins into the kitchen bin, okay? So just get into the habit of doing that. It doesn't matter if there's only a few Q-tips in it. Take those Q-tips out and put them in the bigger trash bin in the kitchen. This just sets you up for making that dedicated lifestyle that you want. Okay, so it's little tiny steps that we do each and every day. And then just skim through your clothing. You don't have to go through drawers and pull everything out. I just want you to open a few drawers if you have a dresser, look at things, maybe say, okay, I haven't worn this shirt in forever. I'm ready to get rid of it, okay? You can look at your accessories. Just be mindful of those things. Look at them more often and then start pulling piece by piece. Do the same thing with the dinnerware and the dishes. I used to open my cupboards every single day for 30 days. I did this, and it was so relieving at the end. I was just like, wow, I could actually, pull one mug off that I was never using. And I was like, this can be donated. You could put it in a box, and then you can put that box by the front door. And then after the week is up, you might be able to donate, list it on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes I list things for free. Sometimes I list them for dirt cheap, like $5-10 a box. So get into the habit of looking through your dinnerware and your dishes. I use the numbers game when I'm doing this. So if we have, 5 people living in the house, then times that by 2. So you would have 10 dinner plates maximum. Okay. We actually only have 3 people living in our home, but if you have a big family, I get it. You want a lot of things, but keep it to a numbers game. So if you notice that you have way too many dinner plates, go ahead and donate some. Do this with the closets, the linens, look at the towels, just kind of see what you have, get rid of the dingy ones, donate some to shelters. Do the same thing with your products. This means your beauty products and your cleaning products. I want you to slowly start getting into the habit of ditching a chemical product each and every day. You'll find that this is just the journey that you have always wanted, okay? And it becomes easier. Medicine cabinets, you want to look for expired medicines. Go through all of your supplies and see what can be tossed, what you can, kind of condense. Go through these things every single day just to see what you can condense, organize. Pantry and cupboards, you want to look at those expired foods, donate any foods that you have noticed that has been sitting on the shelf forever and ever, and you know that you're not going to eat it. Under the sinks, and then in your office. So now let's go back a minute. I want to make sure that you guys don't feel overwhelmed with just that daily list, okay? It seems like a lot. And in essence, when you start doing it, it's not a lot. So I'm just talking about just opening a few drawers every single day just to get into that habit, okay? Looking at your clothes more often, just kind of glancing. It takes a few seconds just to do these little bits, and just do them every single day so that you can get into that. You don't have to do the entire house. Say you start in the kitchen and then you end up in one of your bathrooms and then you miss a couple bathrooms. That's totally fine. Okay, you're just going to start again the next day. So if you're overwhelmed by just looking at a few drawers, that's fine. Progress over perfection. Do not think that you have to tackle every single thing on the list, but definitely try. So this is what I really love about going super minimal. I've been in the minimalist game for many years, and the minimalist mindset is really what's going to help you. Get into that mindset. Start envisioning the minimalist home that you desire and think of the way your home will look. Then I want you to sit in a cozy space created by none other than you and close your eyes. How does this make you feel? Are you at home feeling at peace and quiet? So get into that mindset. You have to really think about what you want your space to look like before we can actually, target those areas. So what to do? First, I want you to take a glance, okay? Look at what you have on a daily basis. If you avoid looking in spaces like closets and drawers, start making it a habit to open them more often, okay? That's the first step in your decluttering game. The second step is to make a plan. Now, just do this by visualizing and thinking about what you're going to do. Think about what you want to do with that space and the things that are not useful to you anymore. Okay, so if you're opening a drawer or a closet space and you say, hey, I have not used that in so long, but I really don't want to let go of it because it means something to me. Well, then ask yourself, how much does it mean to you? Is it ready to move on? Am I going to ever get to where I want to be if I just keep on pushing that off? So if, for instance, I used to hold on to beautiful sweaters that I purchased and only wore a few times. Jeans were a big one for me way back in the day. Now I'm down to 5 pairs. So I kind of play the numbers game and I think, okay, if I have 10 pairs of jeans, I got to let go of the ones that I know that are never going to fit me again. I just have to. I'm never going to be that size again. It just will not happen. I mean, I'm getting older. I will never be that same size again. I'm never going to wear them. I used to hold on to jeans because I thought I was going to sell them on eBay. They were worth something, to me. Well, I never got a chance to list them on eBay because I just was too busy with my daily activities, my life, my work, everything. So you have to think about those things. Don't be holding on to something just because. You have to be free now. You have to let that go. If you have clothing that doesn't fit you, get rid of it. If you have pieces of clothing that really don't matter to you, get rid of them. There's no reason you're not. If you have 10 t-shirts, and oh, I need those, because those are my workout clothes and stuff like that, decline to 5, or, get rid of all of those socks. You only wear probably 5 socks out of your whole entire sock drawer. For me, a lot of times I would we love as women, we love to collect lingerie and, pretty underwear. And then we have our basic underwear, How many times do we actually wear those? So I had to come to, grips with, well, I'm not really wearing these. I only wear a few of my favorites every other day. Like you're wearing, your favorite thongs, or you only wear probably 3 of your favorites often, so think about that. And I like to do a maximum of 5. So 5 jeans, 5 pairs of underwear. Just go by the days of the week, okay? And then act. This is when you are going to step into action. You're going to bag and box up those items that you decide to let go of. Don't think about it more than a few seconds. If you had the slightest inclination of getting rid of something, don't allow yourself to second question yourself, okay? I always give myself a few seconds, and then I make my decision, and I put it in a bag or a box to go. Like today, I actually did. So I'm still on my decluttering game. Decluttering is a lifestyle, okay? It doesn't go away. Today, I purchased 2 really nice blankets and quilts from Target. I like to have 2 on hand for each bed. And I ended up purchasing some, and the brand, I actually loved it. The style was Jungalow, and the style is what I was really drawn to. Well, I got it home and it was just a lint magnet. So I started noticing all these, you know, fuzzies getting stuck to the blanket, and I was washing it and I took it to the dry cleaners and none of that helped. So it's really about thinking about keeping something just because maybe you just bought it. Well, I'm not going to use it because I don't like it, so I went out and I bought a different fabric. And that's okay. I mean, if you are able to do that and really think about the items, because I make mistakes all the time. I buy things and then I end up not using them, and then I have to get rid of them. I have to donate them. So I got 2 bags together today, and they were 2 pretty big bags, and donated nice blankets and pillows to the Goodwill here. That's just something that I had to come to grips with. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to keep it in my closet because they take up so much space. Our mission is to craft a lifestyle that feels safe and beloved by allowing yourself to let go without the guilt or shame. Try new styles and explore what's right in your very own backyard in order to unveil authentic happiness and genuine self-love. Think about that for a moment. Sometimes we think of, going on vacation and traveling to beautiful places that we've never been to explore. But you know what? Something about this slow living and minimalist lifestyle that I've learned is that we need to explore what's in our backyard, in our own towns. So embrace yourself with nature. Get more familiar with the way that you want your home to look. Really come to love yourself. And through this project, you're going to do that. I mean, it's been over 7 years since I started this journey in full blown mode. And let me just say that you do not have to become a full blown minimalist. And I say this all the time because you really don't have to let go of everything. Once you start living this lifestyle and start doing little things here and there, you're gonna learn what you like. You're gonna change your styles, and you're gonna actually figure things out about yourself that you never knew before. And that's what's really nice about this. Okay, so you don't have to adopt a lifestyle, that you're not familiar with. This is you creating that lifestyle. Accepting, so you have to be willing to accept that it's time to let go no matter what the object is. If it's sentimental, then hold on to it. There is no rush, ladies. I don't want you to go into your rooms and think about, well, why do I have to get rid of this? I don't want you to let go of things that you love. I really don't. That's not what this project is about. We are so passionate about finding out what we truly love and keeping all that in our lives. For me, I had 2 totes full of memories. And what I did with all my photos is I took them out and I put them in Ziploc bags, and I went to the post office and I grabbed those bubble packages and I put my favorite sentiments in there. And I wanted to scrapbook one day, and I've never been able to, but I've gotten rid of so many bulky photo albums, and I do have a plan with what I'm going to be doing, with my vintage photos and stuff like that. So I don't want you to throw everything away. I mean, that's not what this is about. I want you to create a way of, feeling free just from letting go of things that don't matter to you. Okay. And you're going to really feel a sense of freedom just by letting go of a few things here and there. It doesn't have to be massive. I don't want you to do massive declutters. That's not what we're all about. It's not safe to me. I don't want to ever feel overwhelmed, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Like I said before, I'm such a lazy, stress-free cleaner. It's just something that it's something that you develop over time. You really have to, love life, you have to love yourself, and you have to love your home. And those are 3 things that I just want you to get in tune with through this project. And you're really going to find new ways of doing things over time. So don't feel like you have to get rid of everything. I don't want you to. It's just freeing yourself from what can be useful in someone else's life. Opening doors. You'll honestly be amazed at what comes flying into your lives once you do allow room for new things. Doesn't necessarily mean anything physical, and when it does happen, you'll feel it. And believe me, it feels amazing. Excuse me. So the routine, you have to create a routine, okay? I know we talked about daily decluttering, but you need to be a little bit organized with it, okay? You need to kind of create that morning, afternoon, evening, and a work routine. It serves a valuable purpose and needs to be crafted by you so that you can form a structure on this journey. Schedules are very important. For the morning, maybe just do a mini declutter each morning before you leave the home. So every morning before I leave, or every day, it doesn't matter even what time. I might be leaving at 2 in the afternoon, depending on the day. But every day I tidy up the house. I'll get a bag, the garbage ready to go out for the garbage that night. Just making sure I go through things and just finding a way to declutter our countertops. It could be something as simple as tossing empty products out from the bathroom. Maybe you just got out of the shower and you notice that the bottle's half empty, or you don't want to use that product anymore. How many times do we buy a beauty product and then get it home and we're like, okay, this isn't the right thing for my hair or my skin? And then you know that you're not going to use it anymore. Either pitch it or recycle and use it for something else. A lot of times, if I've purchased a shampoo that I can't use on my hair, I'll use it for cleaning. So you could quickly squirt that in the toilet, do a little scrub, and your toilet's clean. You could squirt some in the shower while you're taking a shower and just, tidy up the walls a little bit in there, You could take that and squirt it in the sinks. And, then you're a quick squirt and rinse and you're done. Sometimes if I'm doing the laundry, I'll really quickly go through what I'm putting in there. And if I see a dingy towel or a shirt that I don't want anymore, I'll just toss it. Okay, so it's just really quickly doing that little mini declutter in the morning. The same thing in the afternoon. Be mindful of what you can get rid of before, dinner time. So, for example, expired foods, leftovers in the fridge, clean those out as you go. Moldy bread, bread that's hard or can't be used, or, something. Old worn out spatulas. You might notice some of the silverware is rusty. The nasty shoes sitting by the door, So if you quickly see something that can be thrown away, don't hesitate. Just do it at that moment. In the evening, linens can be easily tossed into a large trash bag to donate the following day. So kind of look through those closets, look at what you have. Do you have too many pillows, blankets, something that can be donated and useful to somebody else. And then work. So whether you work from home or you're in the office somewhere else, your workspace at work needs to be tidied up. Take care of, crafts that are just melting away, papers, notebooks that aren't being used. Donate those to schools. Shelters need those things. Pens that don't work, throw them away. Receipts that you don't need, okay? You don't need to hold on to every single receipt. Always look forward to the end result. I say every day, look forward to something. And I want you to just be mindful and think about what your space is going to be looking like. So, envision that one space that you want to focus on. I always like to focus on my bedroom because that's my sanctuary. That's where I spend a lot of time. My office is in my closet, my master closet there. So I always like to pay attention to the space that I'm going to be spending the most time in. Okay, so think about what you want that space to be like, and then really just get into the habit of making that an effort to, accomplish that goal, to achieve that goal. When you're doing the decluttering daily, just do it very simply. Approach it slowly. Do not rush. I don't like rushing. I really just want you to really focus and be mindful about what you're doing. Don't go ahead and think that you have to declutter in 30 days or less, because you don't. It is really about setting up an entire lifestyle. So, like I said before, decluttering is an everyday thing. It is just something that you're going to have to work towards and figure out what routine works best for you. I mean, I just offered some tips that, there's nothing set in stone that you have to go by whatever I have said. These are just simple things that you can do to create the lifestyle that you want. And obviously you're here to unclutter your life. So really just focus on doing it really slowly and enjoy it. I mean, Cleaning and organizing is supposed to be really relaxing. And for a lot of people, it's stressful and overwhelming. And for me, decluttering really relieves my stress. So if I'm stressed and I come home and I start decluttering things, it makes me feel so much better because you know what? I'm in control of my entire space. So I just want you to do it where you're going to actually enjoy it. Okay? So, after you have started your decluttering journey and you've been doing it for quite a few days, I want you to share your progress. This is your homework. Show up in our private community. It is called Declutter Your Life, Mind, and Home. I want you to inspire and empower others, support each other, get into the group and share your before and after pictures, okay? So, give yourself about a week or two before you start sharing. But if you're in the middle of doing a little project, it could be something very simple. Snap a picture of you doing it and share it in the group. It's really going to, number one, it's going to help improve your lifestyle dramatically just by sharing that progress. We don't want anything to be perfect. We don't expect anybody's home to look perfect. It's not going to look magazine ready. Just share your wins, okay? And enjoy.